Hey guys, it's Dirky Dirk, and today we're going to go over how to clean an AI, particularly a precision rifle. But an AI has a little bit of quirks here and there that I'd like to show you, especially how to properly clean the bolt. And for you guys that are shooting suppressed, you're going to be wanting to clean this a little bit more often than the average guy. The action, you typically want to clean every 300 or 400 rounds if you're shooting suppressed. I'm going to go ahead and clean the barrel today too, because I've got a match coming up, and Friday I'm going to be doing lots of fouling shots to get that barrel back into its original groove. I'm not going to go too crazy on the cleaning, but this is going to be a relatively quick video. What you're going to need is a chamber brush, a bore brush, and a chamber mop. You're also going to need two different types of oils. I prefer a bore gel for the muzzle end and a CLP type formula. And then you're going to need some type of gun oil as well as a grease. Don't forget your properly sized cleaning patches. One of the most important things is a cleaning rod guide and a carbon fiber wrapped cleaning rod. It usually helps if you have ball bearings. This is just a Tipton. But we're going to go into cleaning regimen right now. We put our cleaning rod guide in. We're going to get a patch here. We grab some bore gel. And it's kind of a misnomer. It's really not gel, but they call it bore gel on MPro's site. We're just going to wipe around the threads, because those threads on a suppressed gun get real dirty. And then I'm also going to put a little bit on the end of the bore. And some guys like to soak it. I just kind of run my finger around that crown, and you can already see it's starting to bubble. Get something like a Powerade or Gatorade bottle. I have this cut for a muzzle brake, but obviously I'm not running one of those today. First, you want to go with a patch, and I'm doing just a little bit of cleaning to get some of that fouling out. One patch, nice and slow through the bore. Run it with a second patch. Run that patch nice and slow through the barrel, and that allows some of that oil to start working. We're not going to scrub it particularly hard. You're going to get in there and just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. That's all you have to do for your scrubbing of the bore whenever it comes to a non-deep clean. Now, if I'm doing something like shooting all copper monolithic bullets, monocore bullets like the Hornadies or the Barnes hunting bullets, yes, I'm going to strip every ounce of copper I can. I'm going to go and put just a few patches down the barrel, and get this guy. Really not that much in there. I'm going to do this until it comes out relatively clean. It does not have to be squeaky clean. Again, this is not to get every ounce of copper and carbon out of the barrel. I'm just trying to give it a little bit of a cleaning. Okay, so give you an idea. These are non-caustic chemicals that I'm using, and it's just barely anything coming out. that's fine. This rifle has 300 to 400-ish rounds on it, so that's all we really need to do. Now, we're just going to go through with a wet patch and a dry patch, just to kind of finish seasoning that barrel. So get this nice and oiled up, and I'll show you here. That's all there is. Nothing, particularly horrid. I seem to notice these Vita Vori powders tend to keep clean a lot longer. Again, I'm not taking any harsh chemicals to the bore. That's as good as clean. And I know some people are going to freak out about me pulling the brush back. However, because of the bore guide, this rod never touches the barrel. So that portion's done. Actually, we're going to keep this jag on. And if you have to ask why the tip of my jag's bent a little bit, my buddy Alan, if you're listening, Alan, for some stupid reason, he decided to put a 30 caliber cleaning rod through a 6mm bore. Didn't work out too well. Now we work on the chamber. Now we get our mop. We're just gonna scrub that, and she did come out a little bit dirty. A little bit of oil. We're gonna go on the raceways here. Nothing super fancy. To the feeding lips. And I'm not going to worry about lubing this area because it's going to get lubed later, is this locking recess. You need to get some of that crap out of there. And that's really it for the chamber area. Everyone wants to know about how the heck do you clean this guy, which, might I add, is well used. Normally, if I see something deep in there, I will get one of the picks that I have here. I'll make sure to clean underneath the ejector and extractor. So the ejector tends to accumulate gunk underneath it. It looks relatively clean. So that's it for the bolt body. Firing pin itself gets wiped down. You want to check for any wearing anywhere on the cocking piece. Everything looks pretty good. So now it's lubrication time. We take grease. This is cherry bomb grease, and you want to lubricate this guy right here. Lubricate that guy, and you want to put some grease all the way around the cocking piece. From here up, all you want to do is a little bit of oil. I just do a little bead on here. I like to keep the firing pin area relatively clean. So that is it for the firing pin area. On the bolt itself, the bolt body, again, lubricate this channel right here. Lubricate all the way around. Nice thin layer of grease. Another spot that I prefer to put grease on is the camming area of this bolt. You can use whatever lubrication you want. I know some of my buddies that are beloved MRAD users, they prefer to use some graphite stuff. This does just fine. Real men wear their AI bolts. I do put just a hair bit on each locking lug. Just a little bit. And then I just take my finger and make sure that they're not too heavy. The bolt body itself gets oil. This is just me, but I like oil. Make sure you put a little bit of oil on this track where your bolt stop glides into. Just like that. Then install your bolt. Last thing you got to do, put a little drop of oil right there. And I sometimes, especially since there's wear here, I add a little bit of oil for lubrication and protection. There we go. And before you ask, yes, don't forget, now that everything's been nice and clean, to wipe down the end of your bore and give it a little bit of oil. So that's it, guys. I hope you really like this video. There's not much details on how to properly clean an AI bolt. I prefer an oil and grease method. Obviously, don't be a dummy. If you're running in somewhere that's super sandy, try to run that thing dry except for maybe the locking lugs. And even then, just use a light coat of oil. If you're in a tropical or a rainy environment, obviously go a little heavier on the oil because these don't work well with water. Otherwise, just use some common sense. You know, it's relatively easy to get these things dialed in pretty well. And now I get to take her to the range. I get to foul her up and do some a little bit of practice before the next weekend smash. Hope you guys like this video. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all my new videos. Now that I'm almost moved into the new house, I'm starting to get more and more videos out. Nothing along the lines of like Grand Thumb or any of those guys, but every like, subscription really helps my channel, and see you on the range.